Well, hello, everybody. We're back again. It's Yanni Pussy Hat Pappas and Chris Can Collector DeStefano, your favorite two hyenas. It's another episode of History Hyenas.
Yeah, and our guest today is Tank Sinatra. You guys know him from his Instagram. I know him from my wet dreams. Holy shit, you're fucking Diesel. You're a cute kid, Tank.
Thanks, man.
What's your real name, Tank?
George.
What's your real last name?
Resch.
George Resch, also known as Tank Sinatra on Instagram. Now you're a muscular guy, but you look like one of these muscular guys who does have a nice, big, thick piece.
Just right into it. Yeah.
Because Tank Sinatra.
He's like, am I on a gay podcast right now?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Well,
maybe.
No,
okay.
Tank is. I met you.
At a Hitler Youth rally?
The first time I've ever met. The
first time we've ever touched each other.
First time we ever touched each other.
Was at a Nazi
we
party.
We perused each other on Grindr a little bit, but we've never fully met.
Yeah.
But
we never schnoodled.
We never schnoodled on Instagram because let's just be crystal clear. We talk about when we say somebody's screwed in on this podcast, that means like they're fucking got their shit together. They're making a lot of money. They're Jewish. So when we say
we're going to start losing the Jewish part, though. They're just making a lot of money.
They're making a lot of money. Tank Sinatra, the definition of screwed in kid.
Yeah.
He's got 1.7 milli on Instagram.
On one account. Yeah.
On one account, got paid fucking a lot of cashola to post something for Clusterfest, Comedy Central Clusterfest, June 21st, 23rd. He picked my clip to post, reached out to me, and he got me a lot of followers, and I banged a couple of your fans.
He just said not true, though.
Yeah, no, that was like a love move.
Really?
They gave me a stipend to come to San Francisco to see.
Okay. Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, that was like that happened last year, and I passed on it because I didn't want to go to San Francisco.
Because too many gays?
I'd never survive.
Yeah,
dude,
same with me, dude.
On the real, I mean, we're way off the rails already, but let's talk about gay guys and how much they really like my account.
Yes, they love it.
I've gotten more dick pics than like a 23-year-old.
Same with me.
White girl. Yeah, it's like mad.
Well,
dick
not
pics.
as many as you, but I'm saying gay men typically, they like sending their dick and balls. They open up with it.
Is it because you think it's because they think you're gay?
I think, and I think it's because I think I'm gay.
They wish you were gay.
I wish I would come out of the closet.
Well, they just listen and they know.
I know I'm gay.
They know how wild he is, so they know. Gay
do
guys,
it right now.
Gay guys,
Tank, I'll sit in your fucking lap right now.
it'll happen.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Gay guys they don't mind the challenge. If they can sense there's like a 3% that door's open, 3%, they'll go for it. Because he got a picture once of a guy. It wasn't a dick pic. It was just a guy up against the wall, open asshole.
Open asshole and his balls out.
Yeah.
I've never got
and
that
the
before.
message before that was like, yo, man, I'm a real big fan of your comedy.
He said I'm a big fan of your comedy, yeah.
And then the next one
Here's
was just,
my asshole.
here's my asshole.
Then he said, I'm sorry if that, I swear to God, the message was like, I'm sorry if that was too aggressive. Yeah, I can read it right now. He said, I'm sorry if that was too aggressive, but maybe we can just sit around and jerk off together. It's up to you.
Yeah.
He said something like that. Yeah.
So those are your only two choices.
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at that.
He was giving them options.
He sent me a picture of his dick and balls, and he said, if you ever decide to use that pre-cum on a dude, I guess I had talked about pre-cum. Then he said, sorry if that was aggressive, LOL, I found you really attractive. Then he said, no response to any of these. Then he said, I live in New Jersey, so if you even just want to jerk off together, I'm down.
Yeah.
Which then I favorited that one.
Yeah.
See that? Look at that, Tank. What do you get something like that? It's right on the camera.
The
Holy
camera's up there.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so is the you being gay thing a real thing, or is that just like you? Let me ask you a question. Do you think you're gay, or are you scared you might be gay?
Well, we've talked about this on the podcast a lot. I'm not gay. I have, I fall in love with men. I have sex with women. So I'm not gay, but I'm not fully gay.
Because I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I got nothing to say.
I heard a labored breath coming in.
He likes transgender women.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't mind as long whatever. If I'm fooled, I'm fooled.
He likes a big cock and a nice pair of tits, and that's truthful.
Yeah. Wait. So, you guys know what intrusive thoughts are?
Like
I've recently come to terms with the fact that I struggle with them hard.
Right.
And part of one of the first intrusive thoughts that men typically experience is being scared that you're gay.
Right.
When I was 17, I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
what if I'm gay?
Yeah.
Right.
I don't want to suck a dick, but what if I do suck a dick and then that I'm gay? But before that wasn't my first one. That was my second one. My first one, I hope you guys appreciate this.
Was that you were too skinny, and then you did something about it?
Yeah. No. So when I was like 16 or 17, I became convinced. I have my brain is a little fucked up. I became convinced to a man, like straight up, this is the way it is now, that I was retarded.
Right.
And nobody would tell me because A, they love me, B, I wouldn't understand. So I asked my mom I said, Mom, do you think people would say I'm like slow? That's how I asked her.
Right.
She goes, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, forget it. And then I wasn't retarded anymore.
Interesting.
So you thought you were gay and retarded?
I thought I was retarded and then gay.
Well, I tell a story in my podcast. I mean,
there's more, but those are the two big ones.
I was 12 years old. I've told this many times, but I'll say it again because where my thoughts come from. I was 12 years old. I was taking a shit. I was like the runt to my friend group, and my friends, the McCleary brothers, came in and held my legs down, and one of them knocked their cock off my back molars, and it was just like what it is. It's just like what happens in Ridgewood. Yeah. And then I had a priest, Father Bill, who told me once to go get the tunic from the upstairs rectory, and then I blacked out, and I don't know what happened after that. Ooh. So there are a couple of things that float around in there. I would say I'm a gay floater.
Yeah.
No. What you're describing is two possible sexual assaults.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you gay.
Yeah.
It means the crime happened to you twice.
Yeah.
But from a kid from Ridgewood, you just feel like that's a gay act.
Well,
by the way, where are you from? Because you got a New York kind of thing.
You look like
Long Island.
Were you ever a police officer?
Out from the island.
You have the kind
Halloween
of look where you don't
once.
even have to take the test. You just get the job.
Yeah.
They offered me the job multiple times.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
You would pass. It's not even about the written test with you.
Yeah.
It's just about let's just give him a uniform and give him a gun.
Yeah. Godfrey almost got up against the wall when you walked in and showed you his harms.
You got the kind of look where, especially Long Island guy, like when you jerk off and you come, you go, Trump 2020.
Oh, my God.
I mean, we're starting at 100.
Yo, Tank Top Sinatra, Did you know what you were in for with this? Because we thought we were going to talk about history, but you're talking about intrusive thoughts.
Intrusive thoughts, bro. That's my history.
No, dude, I like that you're like a guy, because you're a fitness guy. You wouldn't think that you think deeply about that stuff, but it's fucking awesome that you do.
Yeah, my body does not match my insides like the rest of my life.
Now you're on the perfect podcast for that.
Yeah, because that's what we are. We're
Yeah.
all misunderstood alpha males.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Now let's be honest. You're from out on the island.
Yeah.
Okay.
What town on the island?
Comac.
Comac.
Wow, Comac town.
Now-
We should date a girl out in Comac.
Chris also he's from Queens, Ridgewood.
Yeah.
Our goal was always to get out to the island.
But he
You ever get
also
out there? No.
when he was working out, he did a couple cycles.
Okay.
You're from out on the island. Have you ever done a cycle?
By cycle, you mean start
I'm
and
talking
then
about Winstrol
stop, right?
D-balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You haven't stopped, is what you're
I
saying.
haven't stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. You just consistently do steroids. Do you also sell steroids at the moment? Because you look like the guy who takes them and sells them.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is so like every asshole, I went to a doctor. Whatever. I wanted to see. I trained naturally for 20 years. Then I wanted to try testosterone. So
Sure.
I went to fortunately in 2012 or whatever it was, you could go to a doctor and just be like, I want to be big. He'd be like, okay, I think you have low testosterone. Let me
Right.
give
So you
some-
legally get testosterone, no problem.
It's all legal.
It's all legal.
It's all, of course.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
medical
yeah.
doctor.
I also had low Winstrol, so
Yeah,
I was able
low
to-
Winstrol, low testosterone. Winstrol's the steroids that I used to take.
Is that where you did your cycle? Yeah.
I didn't, but Winstrol, I didn't never got big. It was about performance. Like Winstrol, I could run faster, jump higher.
I found I took that very briefly. This isn't coming out, right?
What do you mean?
This podcast?
Oh, it's coming out.
Oh,
What?
man.
Wow,
Yeah,
you're
is
not
that-
allowed to talk
you
about
want us to
steroids?
cackle
No,
over
I'm
it?
just kidding.
No,
No,
we'll cackle over it. If
Yeah.
you want anything out, tell us, truly.
cackle over.
Yeah,
it.
Because we're the history hyenas.
We just throw hyena cackles
So we
over
cackle
it.
over
Yeah.
anything that you don't want in.
No, so like I said, I trained naturally for 20 years, right? And then I decided I wanted to do a bodybuilding show. Once I tried that, I was like, man, maybe I should try some other stuff. And I tried some other stuff, and I didn't like any of it because all of it, so roid rage is obviously a propaganda thing that people try and use to like scare people out of
Sure.
taking it. Testosterone, zero, none. Actually, I feel happier and more like
Yeah.
content with my life. Other things definitely make you
Yeah.
edgy.
Well, testosterone and human growth hormone, all that stuff, like doctors are like, maybe it has like a negative thing. It's like, oh, steroids or it's enhanced, but like it's all proven to be positive, healthy things. The only thing HGH you got to worry about, can it open up like cancer cells in your body? That's what they say.
That's
what they say, but
there's no data that supports that either.
Yeah, because it's not FDA approved, so they just make shit up.
No,
right?
it is.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's
sure.
FDA approved. I wouldn't fuck with that because I don't want to get any bigger at all.
Right.
Like I have no desire to be bigger. I'm actively trying to reduce my size constantly.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know if it's possible. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
my skin would pop.
yeah, you're as big as you can get with
How
your
many
frame.
How many hours in the gym do you spend, or like what's the routine now?
I'm like, right now I'm doing like 3 days a week, 4
Yeah.
days a week max because I'm trying to like actively shrink down a little bit. I'm in there for like 45 minutes.
Oh, quick, yeah.
But I have been doing it for 25 years.
Because you went through those times. You're the guy. You've been in the gym for 3 hours at clip sometimes.
Never. No.
Really?
The cumulative effect is what gets you big. It's never like with stand-up comedy, which is what I'm going through right now. You can't beat time. Time is going to
Sure.
give you know what I'm saying?
10,000 hours, yeah.
You can't you just there's no way around it. You just got to be in it for the long game and be
Yeah,
patient.
the results keep coming.
And keep going even when you don't see the results. That's the thing that keeps you going because you can't see the change
Yeah.
in yourself. You really can't. Every once in a while with the stand-up, I'll be like, "Oh, that was okay." But
Right.
I'm so new to it. I don't even count that yet. But with the gym, typically you don't see anything because I think I look the same way I did when I was 14.
Now, do you find because of you're such a popular Instagram, but it's not really like your face isn't on it that much? Can you draw tickets from the Instagram yet, or not really?
So what I'm trying to do now, because I have on Tank Sinatra I have the 1.7 million. On Tank's Good News I have 1.1 million. 1.1, that one is actually really fucking, the engagement on that is off the charts. It's very hard not to like good news,
Sure.
which I was frustrated about, but at least it's still my account. Like I'm losing, whatever. But my account's not really growing. So what I'm trying to do now is farm, I guess, the followers for fans, because fans will come see you. Followers will not.
Yes. Good
so
call.
if you have whatever you have, 50, 60,000
Yeah.
followers on Instagram,
Yeah.
you definitely have more fans than I do. You could go pretty much anywhere and sell more tickets than me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
It's a
because
matter
in
of-
stand up it's all about the interaction. It's all about the fans coming out.
try and deepen the connection. So that's
Yeah.
why I started the
Oh,
podcast.
you go without water? Because we got waters.
If you need another water,
Do you
we
need
can
another
get
water?
you water.
Because you're drinking a cold water, but we got Poland Spring waters.
We got tons of water.
Cold Spring is very acidic.
Is it really? So is cold water the water we should be drinking?
That's about an 8 on the pH scale. That's
So-
where you are on the Kinsey scale, by the way.
So
how do you,
acidic-
how do you go from bodybuilding to Instagram? That's a jump.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of guys who fucking jack like you, but also have successful.
Well, because he's a thoughtful kid.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what is is it a
He's a
comedy
smart kid.
site? What is Tank Sinatra? What's on the gram?
It's comedy. Yeah,
Comedy.
it's-
Oh, yeah,
I've
you don't
loved
follow
comedy
Tank
since
Sinatra? What are you,
was
stupid?
I
a
started
kid.
following him now.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I
following
don't follow
before.
Tank's Good News, so I'm going to get that
Yeah,
right
I got to
now.
get on that one too.
So my whole life has been positivity with a hint of humor, or vice versa, humor with a hint of positivity. So that's what those two pages are. Sometimes I'm earnest and sincere, other times I'm sarcastic, but they're always me. So nobody ever is like, I don't know. Nobody's ever called me fake in my entire life to my face.
Well, yeah,
Right, 'cause
I
I'm
mean,
fucking
why
huge.
do you think the reason
that's
why?
probably got something to do with it.
Yeah.
But I pride myself on that because I don't want to be different things to different people. I want to be one thing to myself, and whoever's meant to like me will like me, and the people who don't will not. And I'm totally fine with that.
How's comedy going? How long you been doing that now?
So this run, I'm like my 3rd week in.
That's it.
How do you
This-
feel?
Wow.
being
much
back?
better. Yeah, I did it for about 3 months last year, and I was not doing it for the right reason. So the reason I did it once when I was 23, did a couple open mics. I hated it. I couldn't handle the nerves. I had no life experience to draw material from. My funniest bit, in my opinion, was about how I thought I gave myself an STD when I was 13 because I jerked off with shampoo and then it burned when I peed. Like, that's it.
I stuck my dick in a Vicks vapor rub when I was 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember it used to come in the,
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God.
I fucked it.
How did that feel?
I was curious to see what it felt like. It burned for a long time. Yeah, it doesn't stop for a while.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
it lingers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have chlamydia.
So
Actively, right?
Yeah, Chrissy
Yeah.
chlamydia.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Chrissy clams.
so I did it for a short time and I didn't like it. I felt like I was going to be executed every time I went on stage. I
Yeah.
was like that nervous. So
Right.
I stopped. I gave myself every excuse in the book. I don't want to have to travel, blah, blah, blah. Really,
Yeah.
I was just scared.
Yeah.
And then last time I did it, so we have a movie coming out which I'm actually allowed to talk about, which is great that I'm here
Who's,
because
who's we? What do you mean?
So there's
Me
a
and Louis J. Gomez? You and Louis
Yeah,
J?
me and Louis,
He's
yeah.
always got something cooking, Louis J.
Yeah.
no
Puerto
so,
Rican rattlesnake.
So there's a movie being made about the people who make the memes.
Oh, sick.
Meme gods.
Yeah.
So it's like you have the fuck Jerrys and the fat Jewishes, the people that were there first and got their following or whatever.
Right.
There's some controversy around that, but then you have the people who actually make the memes.
It's just a high.
Just what it
It's
is,
a History Hyena podcast, so
Yeah.
just keep going. It's, you know, it's
So-
just what we do.
I will. So there are people out there that make the memes. Like
Sure.
they don't originate out of thin air. So the movie is about them, meaning us, meaning like me. I'm like one of the main characters because I've done so much with it.
Yeah.
But I saw it as a golden opportunity. There's people who I started out with who have accounts as big as mine that are not doing anything, which is like a shame, but that's their
Because there's
life,
real
not
money to
mine.
be had there.
There's real money, there's real notoriety, there's real opportunity. You
Yeah.
have a golden opportunity. If you have, like, I remember when I had 300,000 followers and the other guy who I was growing right alongside with, I said to him, I'm like, what's your plan? He's like, I don't know, I'm going to finish school and figure it out. I'm like, what? You have fucking 300,000 followers. You're going to, I'm not saying you should quit school, but you don't have a plan to like monetize this following that you've built that you're never going to get to build again. This
Yeah.
is not a thing you can recreate.
Yeah.
This is like a moment in time that you either ride till the end or you miss. And I didn't want to miss it because I had been trying for so long. I had I had 3 different blogs. I had a video blog.
And none of them really hit, or they were
None of them
slowly?
hit. I won a Webby for one.
Right.
I won a Webby award, which is like the
Yeah.
Oscar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, because that's what we talk about, consistency. Like you just stayed consistent,
Always.
kept going.
even in the
Yeah.
face of like no results or negative results.
Just keep going.
Yeah, I didn't. I
It's
became
the same mindset you have in the gym. You just keep going if you don't see it.
So that's the attitude I'm taking now towards stand up. Like I'm not concerned with whether a night goes well or
Yeah.
poorly or whatever, because if I focus on how it goes, then I'm susceptible to not wanting to do it if it goes poorly.
Yeah.
I just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I go to the gym.
I'm
Yeah.
curious, what happened to the guy who was growing besides you? He stopped? Did he?
No, he's still going. He's
still
just doing like, you know, I put my face on my account when I had 30,000 followers and I lost 500 and it hurt. And then I
Why?
did.
What do you think that is?
They thought he was black.
They don't want to see
And
you.
they thought he was a white kid. You two guys look like you could start a hate group together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about
Yeah,
that.
you
after.
guys
Let's
look
do
like
it.
two blonde German kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to see us two coming at you.
No, you don't want to see it.
Yeah.
It looks like if there was a movie, American Christopher X.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be the guy right
Yeah.
behind you, like holding a bat.
Yeah.
yeah, you
No
don't want
shirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to see that. So you put your face on. You lost 500 followers,
Yeah, which
and that
hurt.
just gave you more motivation to go back in the gym and get even fucking more jacked.
I needed ripped her jaw,
Yeah.
is what I thought.
That's what it is. Yeah. You need to hit fucking triceps.
No, so I those 500 people I said goodbye to, and I was like, you were never going to stick around anyway. And then I kept doing it once a month, and I've done it once a month or so for the last 3 years. But I
Kept
started
doing what once a month?
putting my face on the account, so
Okay.
people understood that I am Tank Sinatra,
And I'm a cute fucking kid.
and you should think I'm cute. Yeah,
You
exactly.
could, no, but you are a good looking guy.
You are a
So like,
good-looking
why
guy.
not? Some of these other guys probably look like fucking rodents. You know, like this guy's he's put together.
Well, the fat Jew, he started putting himself on there early.
Interesting
right?
looking. Yeah, he's an interesting looking
but
guy.
and he got that bad rap because he's stealing. But it's like nobody cares. Even fuck Jerry when they got like everyone was like ban fuck Jerry. It's like nobody cares. The people are not going anywhere.
Yeah. No.
Fuck Jerry's fine. Fat Jewish is fine.
Because those guys are kind of like content aggregators. They'll take a meme. This is actually an interesting conversation.
That's
They'll take
why I
a
want to
meme,
have him on.
But then Fat Jew will have like some funny comment underneath that he writes. I think what happened was like he was taking memes, and I don't think he was like maliciously not crediting people. I just think that it was a time in the internet where like that hadn't happened yet. Where
It
you
was
got to
like,
go
yeah.
like, hey man, if you take something, try to credit
Somebody
who it
needs to
is.
be the
What do you
fall guy.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
Well, I have mixed feelings. I shouldn't even say mixed. I have like general good feelings about the Fat Jewish because he helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
When I first started, he was
Yeah.
the reason I hit 300,000 because for
Really?
the first year, he was tagging me once, twice, 3 times a week because I was sending him so much shit.
Right.
It was actually me and this other guy. It was me and this other account that I said kind of like, you know, is wasting the opportunity.
Right.
We both came up together under him, not intentionally. He just fucking started hooking us
He
up.
just found you. Fat
Wait,
Jewish
so you
kind of
guys
just found you organically.
You were making the memes?
I was
instead of
making the memes, but I reached out to him and I said, because I saw him post something that I had just seen on Reddit. So I said, I'm on Reddit. all the time because I'm a lover of comedy. When I was young, I would look for the comedy records in my dad's thing. I found Bill Cosby or whatever, and then I would listen to that. And then once TV was like, I got whatever it was, the HBO or Cinemax or whatever, and I'd watch fucking late night comedy at 12 years old.
Right.
So this was just another iteration of that. It was just smaller, more digestible, more available comedy on Reddit. So I said, I'm doing this all day anyway. Do you want me to do this? And then I'll send you shit, and then you can do whatever else you're doing. And at the time, he had more than he could handle. He goes, yeah, I could really use the help. I appreciate it. Which is weird because I know people who emailed him and he'd reply like, suck my dick, you fucking piece of shit. I hope you die.
Because he saw a genuineness in you because you were willing to do the work. That's like when I first met you.
For nothing.
I messaged him. I said, I'll hold your equipment for you. Like, I just want to be a part of your thing. I'll bring your equipment to the next gig. That's what you do the work. That's why he wrote back.
Yeah.
Or maybe he saw the memes. He probably liked a few, right?
So I wasn't making memes at that time.
Oh.
So then I was still digging for content on different sources, Imager, Reddit, whatever, Facebook.
Wow. So he just went on a limb and said, yeah.
He saw something that he liked.
He saw some potential in you.
My traps. I don't know.
So, I get it. Oh, maybe he's a Jew. You look like a German. It's like a little weird fantasy fetish he has.
Yeah, man, that could be possible. Yeah. That happens sometimes.
Yeah.
So then when I was digging one day, I couldn't find anything worth sending, and I captioned my own picture, and that one fucking took off. And
That's the one.
That was like the last time I ever reposted. Sometimes I'll repost friends or whatever because I want to like help people out, but
did you initially have a method on how to go viral, or you just fucking
consistency?
But I'm saying, but like you just enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved
it. You like coming up with creative captions for these memes.
That gave me what you guys got originally, or like off the bat on stage. That gave me that because I would post a meme that I made, and I would see it take off. Then I'd see it reposted on this big page or that big page. Then I would see it back on Reddit, which is where it originally came from. And I'm like, holy shit. I felt like a graffiti artist sitting in his building watching the train go by with his name on it.
Wow.
You know, I did one meme once and it exploded, but like, you have to like put your name on it. I did this one, Derrick Rose. I made it when I had 2-point lead. So it was a sports show that I had, and we did a meme. It was Derrick Rose. I did his new sneakers, and his new sneaker was a boot, like when you break your foot, like that, like the medicine shoe.
Yeah.
So he was holding that because he always gets injured. Derrick Rose, the basketball player.
Yeah.
And it just was everywhere, millions and millions and millions of shares. But
that's great.
People, nobody knew where it came from. It just kind of it gets out there. So how do you make sure it comes? Like when people start sharing it, like the Fat Jew before he started crediting, how do you make sure you get the credit so it builds your following? Because it starts to go everywhere, uncredited.
So there's only a certain amount of policing that's worth doing. It's not worth policing the third or fourth degree. You know what I mean? So if I post something and then somebody else reposts it, now I don't even care because what am I going to get out of it? But when I had 100,000, 150, whatever, a couple 100,000 followers, if somebody with 5 million followers reposted, that would give me a nice bump.
So you would message them and say, "Hey man,
hey, I made this. Would you mind crediting me?"
Right. And when they usually do it?
Yeah, almost every time.
Really?
Actually, I can't even think of one time where it didn't work out. I'm thinking of other times where people message me because the main problem with memes is that I'm not using my own pictures. I'm using other people's pictures.
Right.
So if someone,
but the captions are yours though.
of course, yeah. But if someone direct messages me and it's a picture that they took, sometimes people are dicks and I'll just take it down because I don't even want to give their name
will
any
they
shine.
respond? Will they like message you aggressively? Like
Yeah, they'll say, "Hey, why the fuck did you steal my picture?" Like, okay, I'll take it down.
Yeah.
No problem. That's
The
not how you
picture
ask
is
for
weird.
credit.
Yeah, it's like
But sometimes people will go, "Hey, I took that picture. Would you mind crediting me?" Because people just want, and I've said this a million times, I'll continue to say it, people want to see their name in lights, period. Like when you go to a comedy club that you're headlining, you see your name on the marquee outside, that feels fucking good.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. It's not the same thing because yours is like a little different. It's more earned and whatever. And people are going there to sit with you for an hour.
Yeah.
But this is like that same desire.
Well, that's why at the end of every podcast, when you go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys and join the matriarch, you join the cackle, we read your name out at the end of our podcast because it's cool. It's fun for us to read it.
Yeah.
And it's fun for them to listen to it.
You know who Dale Carnegie is?
No.
He wrote a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Oh yeah, of course.
One of his theses was like the most beautiful sound in any language to any person is their own name.
Right.
So if you say somebody's name to them,
Yeah.
they don't even know that they're falling in love with you, Chris.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, Chris?
Right. Yeah.
Giannis.
You know what
Yes.
we're saying, Chris?
Yeah.
George.
Chlamydia. Yeah.
George.
I'm falling in love with you.
Yeah.
Giannis.
What's your ethnic background, George?
Very Irish.
Irish.
Yeah.
Irish kid?
And then
push you
German.
push down. You push
Yeah.
it down.
Pushing down.
Push the feelings down.
Feelings got to go down.
Everything's got to
Yeah.
go down.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
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 It's all out now.
You grew up
Yeah.
Catholic?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
went to Catholic school.
Just like Chris.
Samesies.
Yeah.
Catholic high school, Catholic college.
I didn't go to Catholic high school. I went to Catholic school from 2nd to 6th grade.
We got an old expression now that we know. Did you get got?
No, I didn't.
They
get
got it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't
Part of you a
seen
little disappointed because, like, if you got got, means you were a cute kid.
I was not a cute kid.
Yeah.
I was a fat kid.
Lucky kid.
Oh,
Then.
so this is why you're muscular. You were
Yeah.
fat growing up.
Yeah.
When did you start getting big?
Temporarily fat, jacked forever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because you are an in shape fucking kid. How did you figure out how to monetize the page? Like, how are you monetizing? How
So
are you cashing in?
I had a job for a long time. Just for the record, I'm not making like that much money. I was able
But you're
to
making
quit my
enough that
job.
this is your
Yeah,
career.
this is my full time
But
job.
that's fucking
yeah.
great.
Yeah, it's very fulfilling and shocking. So I was selling fence for 10 years for a friend of mine who had a fence company out in Long Island.
That is a very Long Island job.
And
yeah.
that's a very Tank Sinatra thing to do. I
Yeah.
sell fences.
yeah.
very,
I think
very.
that's a very out on the island thing.
You want to
hey,
keep somebody in or out or both? I got you.
all those companies that are out on the island, like, hey, you need windowsills out here, contacts them. We're out in Hicksville.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
If you need a fence, my boy, yeah, we're out here in Syosset. Yeah, give us
Yeah.
a call.
A lot of
Yeah.
Hicksville construction companies.
Yeah.
So I was selling fence and I was making money and I had free time and I was selling. It wasn't like I was fucking around. I was in between appointments. I'd look at my phone. I'd go home. I'd eat lunch with my wife, see my kid. I was ready to do that forever. Truly, like
Right.
I was not looking for anything else.
You
So
were
when-
living the Long Island dream in a way.
I was.
Yeah.
So
You still out on the
Doing
island.
it, doing an occasional
Yeah.
cycle. I mean, that is the fucking Long Island dream.
Yeah.
one permanent cycle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't take any ads until I hit. I think it was like 1 million because the offers you get are. It wasn't worth it to me to intrude on my followers' experience. I know it sounds like fucking really annoying, but I wanted people to trust me so that when I did do an ad, A, I got paid enough to justify it. B, they were like, okay, fine. This guy
Right.
doesn't do a lot of ads. We'll take the fucking
Yeah.
take the hit on this one.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, this whole world, social media world, we were talking about it with Godfrey before. It's like, if so many of our peers are not embracing social media, they're saying, fuck that, I don't want to do that. It's like, you're just going to get left in the dust. Like, your Instagram is somebody's television network now. It's
Yeah.
like, some people used to go home and watch whatever TV show. Now they check your Instagram for content.
Yeah.
So it's just the new world.
Yeah, a lot of people are slow. It's like when you have such a shift so quick, a lot of people are slow to accept it because for some reason I think that's just how evolution works. There's
Yeah.
some people who adapt to change quick, and then there's some people who just are slower for whatever reason. They just kind of have a foot in both. There's people who don't accept it, and then there's people who have a foot in both worlds that slows them down, and then there's people who just jump towards
Embrace it,
and
yeah.
embrace it completely, and those are the people that excel, and then the other people get left behind because we got a finite amount of time here.
Well, it depends on how they're doing. If they don't need to do it, then they might think they can get away without doing it. But that's only right now. That's definitely not the case in 3 years, and
Right.
it's 100% hand to God not the case in 5 years.
Right.
So although you're getting booked right now and you're doing okay and you're making money and whatever, some guy right now is starting to do comedy. I did the reverse. I built my platform first. Now I'm starting to do comedy.
That's like me. I had a kid first, and maybe I'll get married.
Yeah.
I did it backwards too. I got a Puerto Rican girl pregnant, had the baby, but I didn't get married. But if we do get married, we'll probably do it in her hallway.
Just reverse everything.
Yeah,
You could do it all in that mansion you got them all living in
Yeah.
Bay Ridge.
yeah. I got a couple
It's
of
a
members of
3-bedroom
my
apartment.
kid's mom's family. I got an apartment for them. I bought an apartment for them. It's got a long hallway, and one of the relatives recently, a couple of weeks ago, got married in the hallway. They walked down the aisle in the hallway, and they had the reception in the living room. It's what it is.
That place.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a classy place.
That
That's
shit is
great.
classy. Yeah, the wedding cake was an Entenmann's.
It's interesting though to think about how the entertainment business, because we're in the entertainment business,
Yeah.
and how the entertainment business, much like the music business, is not really in the hands of executives anymore.
No.
Like an
at all.
executive can't give you
Yeah.
Like you look at like Hannah Stocking, you know, like that. She's like an internet
Yeah.
personality, or like her friend Layla. I mean, she's got like 20 million followers.
Yeah.
That's like, in order to be able to reach 20 million people 10 years ago, you needed to have Disney money behind you. You needed to have Viacom money behind you. You had to have such a marketing muscle behind you to push that out, that now she can just do for zero budget. It's almost hard to fathom for some people.
Yeah, it's crazy. And she's touching people one way, like with her page, touching them. It depends on how much she posts, but I would say probably at least once a day. Whereas the most famous movie star in the world is coming into people's radar once every 3 years.
Right. It's interesting.
For an hour or
You're
whatever.
basically saying like the shift is happening where Hannah Stocking has more of an emotional connection and is more of a star to these people than, like, in a lot of ways, soon George Clooney or an actor will.
Like if Brad Pitt never comes out with a movie ever again.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, he's not done one in a while, so he might be a bad example. But some people would be like, "What's up with this guy? Is he going to make a movie?"
Yeah.
If Hannah stopped posting today,
Yeah.
people would go fucking berserk.
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting thing you're talking about, because
very true.
You can almost feel the switch happening just even with Rogan. It's like Rogan's on for 3 hours every day.
Yeah.
People, like, the way people think of entertainment is even different now. It's like that's more of how they're consuming entertainment, because screens are so common now. Listening to someone, getting to know someone, he's more of a star. What a star is to people is more that now, and less like, oh, this guy's on a TV show.
Yeah.
It's like I'm seeing this guy for 20-something minutes
Once a week.
acting in a role, you know, on a clip I maybe watch online. I'm not going to tune in for that half hour once a week.
Yeah.
Whereas Rogan, I'm listening to him for 3 hours while I run, while I'm in the car. Like, those are going to become the new movie stars. Do you think that podcasts, Instagram, the Hannah Stockings, the Joe Rogans, the Tank Sinatras are sort of the new stars?
Wow, you put me in that group, huh?
Yes,
I mean,
we
look,
did.
Appreciate
you're
that.
a kid from Long Island, but you're doing good.
Yeah.
You got out of fencing business, but, you know, you're still doing cycles.
I think again, cycle, permanent.
Permanent.
I think anytime here's where, like, the word famous is, I don't like it. I think I don't know what if more people know you than you know, you're famous.
Right.
It's just a matter to what degree. Like, I went out to California to go see a good friend. I hate to name drop, but a good friend of mine, Mario Lopez, who's a very cute kid.
Hell yeah, cute kid.
Super cute kid.
Yeah.
He was the first. He was the first celebrity.
He was the first diversity hire on a TV show.
Was
Yeah.
he?
Well, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Bro,
know,
I'm telling you, at the same when Mario
he was
Lopez
the only swarthy kid at that.
Oh,
at
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the
Dude,
Bell.
when
Yeah.
AC
Yeah.
Slater, when Saved by the Bell, like at the top, like when he was like Mario Lopez, I swear to God, him and my Aunt Eileen had the exact same haircut. Same haircut, same curls. That's like my Aunt Eileen's haircut.
I thought you were gonna say some gay shit, but
No.
that's good.
Yeah, the only difference is Aunt Eileen likes to have a few Newports.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is.
Aunt Eileen's gonna think Tank Sinatra's very
She's
handsome.
very handsome, except the only knock against him, he's not Puerto Rican, like my one true love, Uncle Victor, who used to discipline me a few times if I was a little late bringing out the Lay's chips with his steak.
Yeah.
Because make no mistake, that was a fancy dinner if I gave him a steak with a slice of American cheese and a side of Lay's chips. And if I forgot the Lay's chips, I was disciplined a little bit at the bottom of the neutrals. And it's just what it is. And I calmed myself with an occasional Newport.
Yeah.
And I love my nephew very much. He's done very good. He's got a friend in Park Slope.
All right.
So
It's an inside skit we got going here.
I like it.
It's one of
like
our
it a lot.
skits.
It's his aunt.
So he, I picked up on that. So he was the first like celebrity to embrace me.
Mario Lopez.
Yeah, he's
She
just
like
a
reached out directly.
nice guy.
Yeah.
Nice guy, really nice guy. And this was like I was 35 at the time, so I wasn't like I was never a starstruck kind of guy. But to be honest, when I started making these memes, and
Wait,
people,
you're 35. How old are you now? I thought you
38.
were 30. I thought you were 30 years old.
no 38.
Oh wow! Can you flex your pecs a little bit? Just do it for the camera. Just can you flex one? Fuck yeah, cuz yeah.
Tank Sinatra is also a kid who, like you especially, is probably not here for a long time, here for a good time.
Yeah.
Because when you're on one permanent cycle, despite what you hear, your heart's going to explode when you're 50.
I hope, man.
Yeah.
I can only hope.
Yeah.
We're all here for a short time. We're here for a good time, not a long time.
What's the 50, 90 years? What's the difference?
Doesn't matter.
No.
You got good cholesterol, good blood pressure.
Yeah, I'm healthy.
All right, good.
Thank God.
Go
I
ahead.
think blood pressure is like 210 over 140.
That's
something like
nice.
that. Yeah,
Cholesterol's about 400.
You're supposed to get higher, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, supposed to, yeah, that's good. Means you're aging right. All right,
So-
go ahead, sorry.
So we went out to California to go see him because he invited us out there. We went to his show, and he had somebody on the show. And this was at a time where I was like getting recognized a little bit here or there, like at the gym, or this was like local shit. People would find out, oh, that's the guy with fucking the meme page or whatever.
Right.
And he had somebody on the show, and I expected I'm gonna go watch this guy do his thing, and I'm gonna be like surrounded by massive fucking celebrities. I was pumped, and then I got there, and I had no idea who anybody was on the show. And I was like, man, you really are only as famous as however many people know you that you don't know. And at that point, I stopped. Not that I ever cared about fame, but at that point, I really stopped caring. And all I wanted to do was reach more people that didn't know me.
Yeah.
One way, every day. I wanted to have a one-way relationship with as many people as possible.
Expand the audience.
Yeah.
But
that's
isn't
it.
that fame?
Yes.
Isn't that so? You're saying you didn't care about fame, but you pursued more fame.
I pursued greater reach, which is probably the only reason I would ever want to be famous in the first place. I don't like it, getting recognized. You guys get recognized.
Well, it seems like it seems like mainstream fame is down to like 10 people now.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like Matt Damon level.
Yeah.
If you're not Matt Damon level, you're niche famous.
Yeah.
To some extent.
Yep.
Well, I was just with Sal Volcano from the Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
He's famous.
Yeah.
Like the Impractical Jokers are famous. They're famous, and it's not fun. I'm telling you, it's not fun. Like
It doesn't feel-
people attacking you, yelling at you like animals.
I would have
coming
thought.
out.
I would have thought somebody coming up to me, knowing who I was that I didn't know, would have
Yeah.
felt like fucking
$1 million.
orgasm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It really. At the very best, it's like nice. At the very worst, it's like I've never had an aggressive person. I've had people get weird though, because I'm still an internet guy. So people still are like, I don't know if I should I? Is it weird that I know
Right.
from the internet? No, it's not. I put myself on the internet every
I've-
fucking day
I've
for
ex-
you to know.
For
me.
you, yeah.
I've
get it.
experienced full blown like love fandom with my character Maurisa, like full blown, where like they go crazy, and it's like at the beginning it's nice. At
Yeah.
the beginning you're like it's a recognition of I did something that people respond to and like.
Yeah.
But then it gets old. It's like anything else. It becomes trite. Where like you people are like touching you, grabbing you, like you're not a person. You're an object of their effect. You belong to them. They feel like they have some ownership of you.
Because they've been absorbing you for
Yeah.
so long
And
in
you're
their
not
own
a,
way.
You're not a person to them. You're like and I've seen that look in their eyes when you start trying to say something real. They're not even registering it because they're just thinking about the emotional connection, the emotional thing you did for them.
Yeah.
You're an object.
Right.
And I think that's what really is problematic about it. Because when you see Matt Damon on the street, you're not thinking about Matt Damon's life or him as a person. You're like, I want a picture of you for me.
Yes.
For
It's
me.
all,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're
that-
an object that I want to put on my phone
Yeah.
for people to see me with.
Yeah.
So that starts to get a little,
Yeah.
cumbersome. And I remember when I was opening for Burr once, he told me, because he didn't go out at the end of the show, and I only opened for him once, and now I know him, but at the time I was like, and I asked him, I was like, how come, he was like, one time, and he told me about one person who just like made it real weird because he told a joke and it was a woman and she kind of like started screaming, and he's like, I just don't go out anymore, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because it was like one woman made it about her. It's like, you did this one thing over there and she made like a fucking scene and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, you're going, lady, this show wasn't for you.
Yeah.
Like you're how like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why are you thinking that I need to do something for you?
Yeah.
You came to see me. If you didn't like it, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
What did you wait around to tell me you didn't like it? But that's kind of how people view you when you're an entertainer. It's like they love you, and then look when they stop loving you, look what they do to you. They fucking beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Like on the way down, just like
They love to hit.
they fuck because you don't exist as a person.
Yeah.
So it's like they build you up because of how you, and then they beat the shit out of you on the way down and ruin you, and you become like a.
It's not a real connection. It's a
Yes.
one-way street that you're not driving down. You're at the end of the street, and they keep coming down to you. So when you go out and like say what's up, they're like, "Oh, what the fuck? What happened?
Yeah.
What's happening here?" It's not. It's nice that it's like meeting your wife's or wife. I guess you'd know everybody, but your girlfriend's friend, and they're like, "Oh, I've heard a lot about you."
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's fucking the same
That's what it
exact
is.
feeling.
Do you think, speaking of wives, do you think your wife, we should have told her because she probably wants to ask him some like micronutrient questions.
Yeah,
She a meathead?
Do you weigh
my
your
wife's,
food?
Well, my wife's from out on the
Yeah.
island. She's from Melville, and she weighs
Oh,
the
nice.
food.
And she's jacked up.
Yeah, she's jacked up. She goes to the gym a lot.
Where does she go?
Meals a day.
She goes. She lives with me in Brooklyn now, so she goes to New York Sports Club.
Okay.
But when she's out there on the island, I think she's got her choices. I think
Yeah.
she could go out to Golds.
Yeah.
Like
I
goes
think
to
that-
Bev's.
Yeah, she go to Bev's. I mean, she's got a couple choices.
Yeah.
She got a couple options. I tell you what, her keychain has got a lot of fucking fobs on it.
Yeah.
So she's
Yeah,
a member of like 6-7
When's
gyms.
the last time you ate, cuz?
Grilled chicken and broccoli 4 times a day.
No, I'm actually not eating that much recently. I'm like not eating for a large portion of the day, intermittent fasting, because that's the
How-
only way I can fucking restrict my calories.
How many of your meals are powder form?
One. Yeah.
One powder.
Is intermittent fasting? You'll get fucking ripped on that quick, right?
Trying, yeah. It's
So
just
what? So what? You don't start eating till what? 3 o'clock in the afternoon? 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
I did cardio this morning, so I had a little bag of, by the way, salt and vinegar almonds. If you never had them,
No, I can't because I get canker sores in my mouth.
from salt.
No, I just always got a canker sore. I just always got a canker sore lurking, so I try not to do any salt or vin. So what are you saying?
Our whole goal on this podcast is to give the other podcast pink eye
Yeah,
when they come in to record.
yeah.
It must
so
have
salt
happened,
and vin
must have happened
almonds.
a couple of times.
You did some cardio.
I did cardio. I did some salt and vin almonds. I don't know. I'm pretty copying you now, but anyway, it was, and that was at 12 o'clock, and I haven't eaten anything since. Which is why I went to go get something to eat, but I didn't eat it because Godfrey was here, and we started fucking
And he
yucking
tried
it
to
up.
steal your shit.
Yeah, he did.
What are you gonna eat for dinner?
And what are you going to blow out tomorrow? Tries?
I'm not gonna. I know I'm gonna be in the city all day tomorrow, so I'm not gonna.
But
no
if you're gonna
training
eat something,
tomorrow.
you eat a nice piece of salmon or grilled chicken, something lean with veggies.
I probably should, but I won't.
What do you eat?
I'll probably do when I stay over in the city on Monday nights. I usually order an omelet with
Yeah.
bacon, tomato, and American cheese. Comes with home fries and then rye toast.
And you eat that.
That's what's nice about not eating all day. When you eat, you can eat something that tastes decent.
Yeah.
I'm not getting a cheeseburger, but I mean, I could if
Yeah.
I wanted to.
But as long as you got your water intake, you always make sure you drink enough water.
Yeah,
drink a lot of water.
my wife just carries water around
You
all
gotta
day.
just carry around
I
water.
always
Pisses
have
like
water.
20 times a day.
It was like Christmas. I went to 7-Eleven. The guy goes, "Those are 2 for 1." I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. Is you only drink core water?
No, I like Core and Essentia. I was on
Poland Spring truly sucks. Stop drinking it. You being serious?
Yeah.
What's the reason? Isn't
So-
all water just water?
No. So I had a filter put on my house for like the whole house because the water where I live sucks.
Right.
It smells like a pool. It smells like
Right.
a pool in a gym.
I got a Brita
Confined.
filter. Is that good?
The British can't keep up. But you live in a house?
Brooklyn.
Or an
In an
apartment?
apartment.
Yeah, you can't do anything there.
You just dug your hand in your pants?
Yeah.
And just did your balls.
Oh, he's been digging all
yeah.
podcasts.
Yeah,
What
he's,
it is.
he's a dirty kid.
No fumes.
I will not be shaking your hand. So
I'm gonna kiss you right in the lips. You fucking nuts.
get my nuts.
So
So I had the thing put on, and I just wanted to test it. I went on Amazon. I got a pH test thing, so I tested the water coming out of my faucet now, and it was good. It was like 8.5 pH. It was very alkaline, very good. I think 9 is the max. So then the guy told me, because I was drinking Poland Spring water for years. I had one of those things in my house, the cooler, like a fucking office. Me and my wife would sit around and talk by it.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. We don't talk. So I would drink that water, and he goes, "That's very acidic. You shouldn't drink it." I was like, "All right, whatever." Like in my mind, I'm like, "I'm getting the filter anyway. You don't need to talk shit about my water that I've been
Right.
drinking for 5 years." So I tested it, and it was fucking like a 3.
what happens to you after drinking all that acidic water?
I don't know. I just feel better. Like I was very tired for years. I napped every day for like 5 years. Fucking exhausted. That could be me. That could be my size. That could be a lot of different things.
Right.
But
But now you don't anymore.
no, since I got that filter.
Yeah.
Because when you're like, so if you have garbage water coming out of your faucet, it's also coming out of the shower head. And when it's steamy, you're breathing it in and it's going in through your skin. Like you're fucking getting assaulted by shit water
Right.
in the shower
Right.
the whole time.
Right.
So once I changed that, I mean, everybody started feeling better. It's
Really?
bad out there. And Smithtown is not good water.
Interesting.
Smithtown Water Authority, if you hear this, get your fucking act together.
Yeah, you're gonna get cracked open and cleaned out.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any other podcast on the planet where you would get that much information on water right there.
Yeah.
We really fucking broke
Yeah.
it down.
I don't think there's I don't there's I would say
I didn't know that all water wasn't water.
yeah, same with me. I just thought if it's water, it's water. It's good for you. All I don't. There might be going on right now 20,000, 30,000 podcasts happening at simultaneously. Not one of them shouted out the Smithtown Water Department.
No.
I mean, that's as specific a shout out as you can get.
That's a Long Island thing to say. You Smithtown Water.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yo, Tank, you're a fucking good kid.
Yo, Tank's got good, stable energy, and I'm not sure if that's because he's a stable kid or because he's coming on the heels of Godfrey, and it's just putting those two together. Anyone seems stable.
Tank is good. Tank is built. Tank is like you're built to talk long.
Yeah.
You're.
You also got good energy. I like
very good
Thank
energy.
you guys
too.
It's sustainable. I like it. You got good
Yeah.
energy. What happened?
It's just flexing.
What time are we done?
Yeah. What? You want to keep going?
No, I don't know. I have no idea.
How long
I don't
we
even-
been going?
I don't even know when we
45
started.
minutes.
Yeah.
You want to keep going?
Well, no. I mean, 45. We go 45 or an hour.
That's good.
We can do
That's what
whatever.
we normally do. So I
just
don't
wanted-
want
I-
to take up too much of your time.
I just wanted to know one thing from Tank. In this new era,
Yeah.
because I always thought about this because I just got married. I'm going to have Chris has a kid. I'm going to have a kid soon. You got kids or kid?
Yep.
Kids?
Kids, yeah.
Is it weird for the kids to be like, "What's your dad do?" When you go to when you come in for father, and they're like, "What's he's a fight?" Well, we're in Long Island, so he's like, he's got a fancy business. He puts the dryers in apartment buildings. He's
I
got
should
that
be
business.
doing something like that for sure.
And then they go, "He's my dad." You go, "I make memes."
So my stepdaughter's 12. Shout out to Liana.
Shout out Liana.
She'll like
Shout out
that.
to Smithtown Water Department.
Shout out to
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be weird when I have my first parent
Yeah.
and they put the Maurice video on, and this is what my dad does, and they go, "Say
Yeah.
does said." I'm like, "Does
Because we're
said."
going to make T-shirts that say Smithtown Water Department.
Smithtown Water Department.
I'll wear him.
Yeah.
I'll find out what the guy's name is, and
All right.
we'll get his name
Yeah.
like a jersey.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
We're just gonna have to shout that out on every podcast now.
Yeah, shout out to Smithtown Water Department.
So just recently, her whole school found out that I have this big meme account, and it's been a bit of a zoo for her, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is good. My nieces fucking started flexing it right away. As soon as it happened, they were like, "Guess who my fucking uncle is?"
Yeah.
Tank
And-
Sinatra.
And how old's your youngest?
One.
What? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know yet.
Yeah, he doesn't even know what the fucking meme is.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
Then I have a 6-year-old who knows what Tank's good news is, but doesn't really care. I'm his dad.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like he
doesn't
doesn't.
care.
One of the best things that happened to me during this whole thing was when ABC Nightline did a piece on my life. Like it was like, holy shit, I made it. I'm good. Like I'm good. I've done everything I can do
Right.
here.
Of course.
Felt so accomplished. Nobody stayed up to watch it with me.
Yeah.
Not even my wife, because
Yeah.
it was on at like 11:30.
Yeah.
She wasn't watching it,
And more people are sharing your memes than watching ABC News.
but it was still a big deal.
You did more for them than they did for you, probably. this
Maybe,
era. Yeah.
maybe. But when everyone woke up the next morning, I had it DVR'd, ready to go, locked and loaded. And I said, "Do you guys want to watch me on TV?" To my son, I said, "Do you want to see Daddy on TV?" And he said, "No." Like
That's
no,
funny.
no hesitation at all.
He wants to watch him play video games.
Yeah,
That's what he wants.
Wait, do you know that that's a thing or no?
Yo, yeah, of course. Yeah.
No, no. Do you know that I talk about that or no?
Oh, no.
Oh man.
Why? What do you...
So
What
I
is
have
that?
in my stand up I talk about my son, who's a typical 6-year-old. He loves his iPad, and I don't mind that. I just don't like what he does on it. So he like watches another kid play with toys that he fucking has.
Right.
You know that that's the thing.
That's
right?
the thing. Yeah, we know that that's
It's
the thing.
wild.
And
Wild.
Ryan is like the kingpin of the whole fucking industry.
Right.
You know who Ryan is?
Is he the one with the pink hair?
Ryan's toy review. So Ryan is a
Oh, this is the kid. He's a little kid, Ryan.
7-year-old Asian boy
Yeah.
who
7-year-old Eastern Hemi. Yeah.
and my son, bro, this is actually a true story. This is all in my stand-up. It's like one of my favorite things to talk about because it's
Yeah.
absurd. My son watches him so much. We went out in public. We were at the mall, and my son goes, "Oh my God, Dad, it's Ryan!" And there was an Asian family there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, he's
That's funny.
Oh fuck, dude, you can't like.
Yeah.
I already
No,
look
yeah.
like a Nazi. You can't be doing
Yeah, you can't be
like
doing that. Yeah.
All
like
Eastern
racist
Hemis.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the punchline is that I didn't understand how he could get so much joy out of watching somebody else do something he could easily do until I realized how much porn I've looked at.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing. We live in an era where people are watching other people
Do things
do
they could do.
things. Like that video game, like Twitch is like there's probably
fucking
more people.
crazy.
It's actually insane when I found out the statistic that more people tune in for the video games competitions than the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
There's more people watching those competitions. Like the kids now, there are going to be just different types of people.
For sure.
There's just like they're just we're still going like Jennifer Aniston's over there. They're like, yeah, but that's Quito Pong. He's the number one. He's the number one fucking whatever video
Toy
game
opener.
player. Yeah.
Number one toy opener. Yeah, the unboxing shit is what started it.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't understand, but I don't
The
have
kids,
to
they're
understand.
obsessed with it. They love it. I mean, I don't know. It's like that. I'm just a generation removed from it. I see my kids do it, but I don't. I just don't care. It doesn't excite me.
But I
By
remember
kids,
watching.
he means his biological daughter and her stepbrother.
And a stepbrother,
And a half-brother.
and then whoever my baby mama's sisters or family members want to bring over, they're all my kids. I got to
Yeah.
pay for all their schools and rents.
Because there's one white person in that family.
And this, and it's Chris.
And his name is Santa.
Yeah,
He
that's
got gifts to
me.
everybody.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
who was that guy Tank Sinatra you had on there? He was cute.
Listen, Chris, you gotta introduce me to some of your friends. Cause listen, Jasmine told me that you had somebody. He had a big Instagram following, and he also is living out there in Long Island. So you need to put me to him, to his number, and I could directly message him on. So, cause also I got a couple kids too that I need him to take care of.
That's what it is.
That's what. I need to live
I
in
need to go to
Sayas.
church on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays.
Hi, thanks to Nacho. How you doing? I heard you on the History Hyena podcast. Listen, my sister's cousin's friend's cousin's sister is the one that has a baby with Chris. So if you could also put me to, you want to go to Applebee's for dinner? Let's talk. Let me get a pina colada too. That's it. You're already married though, but yeah,
You're a married kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
How is your wife white?
Of course, he's from out there in the island. His wife is a nurse. His wife a teacher.
No, she's a nurse. She's a
Fuck.
teacher.
She's
What
a
does your wife
teacher,
do? She's a
yeah.
nurse. She's a
Holy
teacher.
shit,
How,
man.
does she go
What
to
the
King Cullen?
fuck
Does
are
she,
you
is
And
she
it's
the
doing
Sat-
She goes to
Does she go to the food shop at King Cullen Saturdays or Sundays?
Is her name Colleen?
No, it's Jessica.
Jessica, but she's a substitute teacher. What did she do?
This is funny.
Was she a nurse?
How many? Do a lot of people listen to this podcast?
Yeah, we got a big following.
Really?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Fuck, I can't tell this story then.
No,
Tell
we're
it,
kidding.
tell it.
We got
Well,
nobody.
Small. We're small.
Oh, you're small
You
now.
can't do that. You can't say I got a story and then I can't tell it because now you got to tell it.
Well, whatever.
We can
Anyway,
cackle out her name if you
Yeah.
want.
No, you're gonna have to cackle this out though. So her grandfather died recently, right?
Yeah.
Your wife.
My wife's grandfather died.
Your wife's
And
grandfather. Okay.
I only met him once.
Okay.
Never met him. His name's Max. Nice guy. 96.
Wow, good
Spry
life.
till the day he got pneumonia, and like 2 weeks later he was.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
what
gone.
happens.
So we went to his funeral, and my wife's uncle was giving the eulogy, talking about how he took care of his daughters because his wife took her own life when she was whatever in the fucking whatever, whoever knows when it was, and he stepped up and he took care of everybody. Before that, he was he was a brave soldier in World War II, and he fought for his country and yada yada. And like, while I'm listening, I'm like, he's from Germany. I think he's from Germany. So I say to my wife, I'm like, were you going to tell me that your grandfather is a Nazi?
Wow.
During the funeral.
Wow.
So she goes, no, he's not a Nazi. Like the 2 sentences later, the uncle goes, he was even awarded the Iron Cross for his bravery.
He was
Wow.
definitely a Nazi.
He was a Nazi.
Yeah. That
Did she
happened a
not
lot.
know? Did Jess not know?
I don't think she knew because he was like, so imagine this. I read this book, Conversations with God, a long time ago.
Okay.
And in it, he talks about Hitler. I'm making myself look like a fucking raging Nazi right now.
Don't
but
worry,
I'm
it
not.
happens a lot on this podcast.
I'm not.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But in the
You could share your opinions openly. We'll probably share some of the same.
Just get the Wei
Wei
Zhangjian button
Zhangjian.
revved up. Yeah.
Yeah.
In
Let's
the-
just be honest. Let's go get fucking shovels and start building that wall.
Wei Song
We need guys like you at the wall.
if the memes
Quicker
don't work
goes up,
out,
the fucking quicker they get out.
Well, you know what? He's from
Wei Song-Xian.
He's from Ridgewood, Queens, so that's a big German
Big German neighborhood.
There's a lot of
I had
like,
a Nazi
people.
that lived across the street from me.
Yeah.
yeah. So in Conversations with God, he talks about people will ask like, should Hitler be in hell? Yes, like of course, like yes, he was evil, but he didn't do it alone. Like people rallied up around him because he fucking said something that these people wanted to hear. Once I heard that, I was like, oh, we're all at fault for everything. Like it's not Kim Kardashian's fault that she's famous. It's our fucking
Of course.
fault.
And that's why you
She's
hate her
not-
so much, because you hate yourself for liking it.
Maybe. I mean,
think
I don't.
that's
I
what
don't
it
hate
is.
her. I don't really watch her, but I know that like
No, I
people
don't
get
hate her.
people get pissed that she exists, and it's like, stop fucking tuning into her television show and liking her Instagram posts and being obsessed with her and maybe she'll go away.
Oh yeah, no, I don't hate her either, but I think because we all understand what you just said with the truth of it all.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Like but a lot of people don't want like all that work you're doing, the books you're reading, all that. Most people, we talk about it all the time. They don't want to do the work on themselves. They
It's
don't want to
hard.
do the work. They just want to be mad and not really ever figure out why they're mad. They just want to act mad.
And well, they're angry inside, so they look at things outside to point the finger at. So they go, if someone says, "Why are you mad?" They go, "Oh, I'm mad because of this." But really, they only picked up on that thing because they're pissed. Of
course.
I don't notice shit like that. But the point of that was, I doubt he was a fucking Nazi. He probably just happened to live in the country and was like, "All right, I got to go fight in this
Well,
war."
towards the
now."
end of the war, towards the end of World War II, it was gun to your head. You had no choice. You had to
Yeah.
fight for the Nazi army, or you'd be thrown in the concentration camp.
Yeah, because he was, from what I understand, a fucking sweet guy.
I'm sure he was.
Didn't hate
But
anybody.
I know, I'm sure he was. But he just probably was like, a couple of Jews got to go.
Also, well, here's the thing.
微上吸
This is
引，
actually very
Just kidding.
This is fascinating stuff because in the 30s there was a lot of German Americans who
Oh, yeah.
identified and supported the Nazis.
They sold out MSG.
Yeah, and well, in Long Island specifically,
Coleman.
there was a place called Camp Siegfried, which was a summer camp that taught Nazi ideology, and it was located in Yaphank, New York.
Yeah,
Is that you know what it is?
sounds about right.
Yeah, and it was owned by German American Bund, an American Nazi organization devoted to promoting a favorable view of Nazi Germany, and was operated by the German American Settlement League. And it was just a regular camp. And then I guess after like the 40s, like all those people had to just like hide all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
Like if you had any Nazi flags or anything, you just had to have a big bonfire in your backyard in Long Island and burn all that stuff. And because I think a lot of people at the beginning, they didn't know about all the, they didn't probably know what was going on.
starts out like anything else.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you guys money. You're hungry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you food.
Yeah, then you're like,
I'm gonna keep
shit.
these illegals out. I'm gonna you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then it gets weird.
And then it's all of a sudden, before you know it, it's 2019. And
Yeah, 'cause
Donald
it was-
Trump
What it is.
doing
There
the
was
same thing.
there was a lot of Germanic, people with German roots. in
My last name is German.
Same with him. What's your Kerner? Your mom's name, right?
Kerner is the maiden name.
Oh,
yeah.
that's Koe. Yeah, that's German as fuck.
How-
My last name is Resch. Resch.
Yes.
There's a town in Germany called Resch. A beer.
Yeah.
It's like a legit, but nobody can say
Resch.
it. Resch.
Yeah.
Do people say Kerner? Kerner.
Kerner. Yeah, they probably. Yeah, they don't really identify much with their German roots anymore.
Chris Kerner.
Chris Kerner. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
Listen.
Thank you
It's
so much,
fucking great.
Tank.
Where
Yeah.
can
Great
people-
to meet you
Tank
guys.
Sinatra. Tank's Good News.
Thanks, good news.
On Instagram.
Think Tank podcast.
Think Tank podcast on
I'll have you
Digital
guys on
Network.
that. We'll fucking rip it up.
Let's do it. Let's rip it up.
Yeah, it
All
was
right.
it was a pleasure to have you on, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
love you. You can find me at Christie Comedy, Giannis at Giannis Pappas, all our show dates at History Hyenas on Instagram. Go to patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. Join the cackle, join the matriarchy. All right, I'm going to go jerk off to Tank.